Yes, legends, welcome back to the channel as always. Guys, in today's video, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to make this really simple. I'm going to show you the top 5 TradingView indicators I personally use every day. Okay, legends, so what we'll do is we'll start with the simple indicators first, and then we'll go on to some more advanced ones. I'll go through the MDX indicators as well. But we'll start with the simple indicators. And the first indicator I highly recommend using, guys, on your charts is the Relative Strength Index, commonly known as the RSI. Now, basically, it's going to give you an idea of the momentum of the market, of the price action of the PA. Very good for spotting divergences, very good for spotting changes in trend on any time frame, guys. Obviously, I'm looking at the daily chart right now of Bitcoin. We'll just use Bitcoin as the chart for all the indicators. Obviously, Bitcoin's traded so much today, and obviously you can use RSI on any other indice, commodity, equity, whatever. You can use on stock shares, individual stocks, whatever. You can use all these indicators I'm going to show you. You can use on any type of asset on TradingView. But great for spotting divergences and great for identifying when there's some sort of a switch in momentum. You can see here, guys, you know, as the momentum was coming down along here, guys, you see basically lower highs from the momentum, and you can see higher lows and higher highs from price action. What you're basically seeing here, guys, is you see higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high. Say that again. Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high on the RSI. What you're basically seeing there, guys, is bearish divergence, and it's very powerful on higher time frames, especially macro, where you have rising price action, you have falling momentum, and actually this has resulted on Bitcoin in a downwards move in price because the momentum was not sustainable for a long term. So RSI, really simple, guys. Now, let's go into another indicator, guys, I use a lot on the charts, and it's going to be called the stochastic RSI. So this is a more exponential version of the RSI. And as you can see here, guys, the stochastic RSI puts a lot more weight on the most recent price action, similar to how an EMA, an exponential moving average, is more basically puts more weight on the most recent price points of data and then an SMA. So an EMA to an SMA, similar to RSI and stochastic RSI. And what this is going to do, guys, it gives you a more exponential value. And this is much better, in my opinion, for trying to time the top of, say, a more of a scalp trading type of strategy. You can see here, guys, it also gives you divergences. So you can see actually very, very nicely on this chart as well. You can see here, as we had lower momentum, so lower highs of momentum, we had higher highs and higher lows of price action. Very similar to what the RSI does. But the good thing about this is going to give you more, say, of an entry for a scalp trading strategy. Okay, so if you go on lower time frames, you're actually going to be able to use this to get bullish and bearish divergences on quite a regular scale, and actually have pretty darn quick moves from these divergences. Obviously, divergence doesn't always play out. Obviously, no strategy is 100%. But you can see here, guys, bearish divergence move to the downside, right? Bearish divergence move to the downside. So I would say the stochastic RSI is a great way, and you can use it on macro as well, guys. I won't lie to you. If you do this on the weekly, there isn't many occasions where the weekly stochastic RSI won't call either macro long-term tops or bottom. But if you couple this together with the relative strength, sorry, that's both coming on there. If you couple this together with two indicators like this, it's actually going to give you another line of data, another line of defense, you can say, or basically another pair of goggles or glasses to look at the market through. And it's basically going to give you, again, you can see here, it's more of an exponential variant, okay? So the next indicator I want to talk about, guys, is visible range, also known as the VPVR. Now, this is a very powerful tool, and you can use this on any time frame, like I said before. On all these indicators, you can on every single time frame. And so what this indicator does, guys, it actually gives you a level on the chart where most of the trading action has taken place. So how many buy and sell orders have taken place on a specific level, and it gives you actually a volume node to show you how much volume has been played out on each specific price level, okay? The reason I like this indicator is because you can use volume, but volume doesn't actually give you a level or a price. I like to trade linear, okay? I actually do trade horizontals. Like, one of my main trading strategies, guys, is actually trading SR flips. So support and resistance is one of my main strategies. And the VPVR, the visible range indicator, is going to give you a very good logical area for where support and resistance is going to be on the chart. And this is because it shows you where the most trading action has happened, in turn meaning that the market is a magnet to the liquidity. A lot of the time, guys, you find that these levels, which the VPVR shows you, act as support and resistance. You can even see on Bitcoin right now, if we do come back down to these levels here, the likelihood is, actually, looking at this chart, you would probably find some support at the bottom side of this range here. You can see, obviously, I won't go to the charts, but this range, you would say that there's probably going to be some support and resistance levels playing out down here. And you can actually play this on any time frame. So if you zoom in as well, you can actually do this as well. Let me put it back on. This VPVR will change in terms of what price action you're looking at. It will move and it'll evolve, and it will basically be dynamic to whatever price action you're looking at. Okay, so you can see here's the level where most of the volume was traded, and you can actually use that as an SR flip, and that's one of my main strategies I use if you watch my stream. So that's the next indicator there. So guys, the next indicator I want to talk about is the historical volatility percentile. Now, really powerful indicator, guys, especially on macro. What this indicator is going to show to you is where relatively the volatility is of the market at any given time. Okay, so you can see here, guys, when it's super red up in the 100 level, okay, the 100 ratio level, the 100 marker, you know there's high volatility in the market. And when this basically comes back down to, say, lower levels like 1 to 10 to 20, and that obviously has this moving average line as well, that actually is indicating to you that there's low volatility. Now, this indicator doesn't give you, say, a direction of the market, but we know that markets trade like almost like energy flowing in and out, like ebbing and flowing, like a spring, like energy tightening, tension building, and a break. And what this can do, guys, is actually give you an inkling to when there's going to be a breakout. So if you're trading some sort of formation, like patterns or formations, say a symmetrical triangle, you come into it, usually the volatility dampens towards the end of the triangle. And when you get the break, that's when you have an increase in volatility. So this is a good indicator, guys, to give you an idea or an inkling when a breakout might occur. And I actually use this a lot for just generally looking at just general volatility of the market, and coupling this, guys, with, I'll show you now, coupling volatility and pattern recognition, as you can see on the screen, is a great way to know when potentially a breakout could occur. If you have very, very low volatility for a long period of time, the likelihood is you're building up tension for a breakout. And this, you just take basically a screenshot of this. These is another strategy in itself. I wouldn't say it was an indicator, but this is basically chart patterns, forex chart patterns, or whatever you want to use them on. You can use them on any chart. These will give you an idea of potentially where the direction of the trend is going, and volatility will give you an idea of potentially when the direction or the move will happen. Okay, so you can use those coupled with each other to help you out. So, okay, so now what I want to do, guys, is I want to show you my indicators, the MDX indicators we've built through my team. We've built the MDX signals indicators. Now, guys, these indicators I'm going to show you, this is the MDX Advanced Trend 2.3, okay, the version 2.3. These indicators actually have coupled together a lot of the things I just spoke about into one easy-to-use indicator. So this is actually the daily scale on Bitcoin, guys. What this does, guys, it gives you a long and short call in any market. You can see long, it says basically buy or sell on any market, on any time frame. You can use this indicator. And also, guys, what it has is coupled in here, it has exhaustion, it has stochastic RSI built into it, and obviously it has a trending line, which is using relative strength and other things as well in the back end, which we use to give you a general trend in terms of higher lows, higher highs, and is it holding certain support levels. So what we're looking at, guys, right now is that it will give you basically, it helps you trade the market with encompassing all the indices I spoke about in one type of product. Now, we have the MDX Advanced Trend 2.3. We actually have 4 indicators, which you get in the suite of services, which we provide in the indicator suite, right? I'll just showcase you the Advanced Trend. You can use this on any time frame, guys. So obviously on the hourly, you can see here, if I just double click there, you'll be able to see it a bit easier. You can see the last sell call on here was from here, guys. You can actually do it. And these orange dots mean oversold. So this potentially could be coming to an area of oversoldness in terms of the price action looking like it could find some support. And you have bullish and bearish divergence built in as well. You have a bearish divergence signal there as well. And coupling with this, guys, you have the MDX Signals Advanced Trend. You also have the Oscillator TDI indicator as well, which you can use. This is another way. It's similar to, it's a momentum indicator, basically. It's called the Trading Dynamic Index. I'll give you an example, okay? So just so you can see here how it works. In this area here, when we had this big crash in Bitcoin, we actually had bullish divergence on the TDI oscillator, okay? Because you can see here, guys, as price action was coming down like this, we saw that momentum was coming up. And you can see that every single time momentum is making a higher low, whilst price action was making a lower high and lower lows at the same time. And actually what this resulted in is a big buildup of tension all the way down, guys. And you can see on this indicator, we had multiple counts of bullish divergence. And when we actually got this indication here, which meant oversold, the orange dots mean oversold, we had a big spring up from the bottom. And you can see as it swung round, guys, the momentum of the market swung round in terms of it being oversold. You can see price action continued to go down, creating a divergence, even though the divergence was happening anyway, indicating there was a divergence in play. And then when we broke out of certain trend lines, we already knew, guys, when we got this warning signal, we had a delicious rally in the itty bitty bad boy Bitcoin. Bitcoin rallied, I think it's around right now 75% from when that said it had a warning shot. So basically, guys, just to cut this real clean, with the MDX suite of services, you actually log into something called the MDX trading portal, and you get the MDX advanced trend and 3 other indicators, as well as you get the TDI oscillator, which is the indicator you see right now. And the idea of it is to give you is to help you trade the market more simply, guys. And it encompasses all of the things I've used in my strategy before, what I showed you on the charts before. Okay, so it's basically everything put together in one. But guys, that's pretty much it. Do the competition below, guys. Comment what your favorite indicator is below and why. You can win the competition. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. See you later. Here we literally go.